Welcome back, everybody. Today we're taking a look at the Iron Maiden song, The Writing on the Wall. And this is the intro. Great stuff. Alright, this one is essentially, first and foremost, it's in drop D. We're not really going to be using the low string that often, except for root notes, which are in fact D's themselves, but we're in drop D. We're in essentially D minor for this one. I thought this was going to be more interesting than it actually is, but we're still going to talk about it. So a lot of what Maiden does is always just minor, natural minor, harmonic minor. It's very rare that they don't stick with that, which is awesome, but also kind of annoying. But anyway, The Writing on the Wall, as you heard the intro, it's got kind of a mystical vibe. The notes being used were rooted in D minor. We do have that opening D chord with an A in the bass. And we're focusing the chunk of this kind of on the A and the B flat, which would be the 5th and the 6th degree of the D minor scale. There's also some G's and F's and E's, which are the 4, 3, and 2 of the D minor scale. And at the end of the phrase, there is also a C, which would be the 7. So we're outlining all of the notes of D natural minor, again with plenty of D chords throughout. All right, let's jump into the main riff. Here we go. Now we've got some layers to the song. So right there you hear an acoustic style guitar playing a bunch of D chords with low D's in the bass, cementing home the D minor idea. But let's just take a look at what comes after that from a different perspective. This would be the electric guitar. So these notes are more of the same, more D chords, more natural minor, D scale, A, C's, D's, F, G's, all that good stuff. Nothing fancy for the most part. There is one little section that's cool. I want to point it out. At the end of this, they're going to throw in like a D over C, followed by a D over B, and then back to the D over C. So our bass notes go D, C, B, back to C, and then of course back to D. So typical Maiden move, but it sounds cool. Here we go. Here's your D's. So that's that section. Again, nothing too fancy. The verse riff comes in. The opening chord is kind of like a D sus4, but without the 5. The 5 is delayed. It's hammered on into the next quarter beat or so. So it's basically the sound that's going to make the chord resolve, because like I said, it's like a D4 minus the 5, so it's like a sus4 but arpeggiated in a way, but the use of the hammer on is how we get there. So let's take a look at that, and that's just a play on the D, right? We're in D minor. So you hear that rise up. More of the same. Again, it's just notes D, E, F, G, E, D, C. More money notes from the minor scale. Nothing too fancy. I want to get to the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is where things kind of open up. We have a long power chord or long chord. It's actually kind of a mix of power chords and not power chords, but like essentially one chord per measure played through. Outlining, again, D over C, D. There's B flat as the 6. I think that's the first time we've seen the B flat other than in the very beginning. Then we have the C as the 7, D as the 1, F as the 3, G as the 4. More of the same. We'll just play that part for you. B flat, C, rise up to the D, there's your resolution. F, C, F, D, F, C, F. So just, you know, classic Maiden stuff. The interlude is the next and final section that's worth talking about. Let's give you a little audio. Probably the coolest riff of the whole song. Very majestic, very Iron Maiden. Essentially what we've got going on here, we've got the notes D, A, B flat, A, F, D, B flat, F, C, and G. So again, I feel like a broken record, but these guys are really great with the natural minor scale, and they've rooted this in D minor, and it's got a very unique flavor, but also it's, you know, inherently Iron Maiden, right? So, you know, this one wasn't too exciting, but I love the song. I love the way it sounds. I wanted to give it a little respect and appreciation. So if anybody's still here and you've seen this whole video, first of all, thank you. You're awesome. Hit the like on the way out. That would certainly help. And leave a comment. Say hi. I'd love to hear who's checking out the stuff going all the way through the video. That is super amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Leave comments below. Leave your requests for songs below, and I will attempt to get to them. My life seems busier than hell as of late, but I will do my best. We'll see you guys on the next one.